samadhi, unclutching, is the best state where time introduces itself to you, absolute freedom. Then comes circular time, circular motion, circular dimension of time, repetitive births and deaths, trillions of times, goes on and on till your consciousness consciously decides to step out of time from that circular rut. When you push that circular time dimension of time behind you, you manifest the powers of Kala Bhairava, you conquer time. So here, beautifully, the supreme point of Hinduism is expanding on how we can know the introduction of time in the most pure state, that is the space of Nirvikalpa Samadhi, which is unclutching. The supreme point of Hinduism beautifully expands. Time becomes your servant. It does what you want. It does not bind you anymore. Time in the vertical time zone can get anything your consciousness wants, including enlightenment. That is the ultimate. Time in the vertical time zone is the Trishul Mahakala Bhairava is carrying. Time in the circular movement is the Prabhavali behind Mahakala Bhairava. Push the circular time behind you. Keep the vertical time for your success in everything. I will empower you with the time as power with the vertical time. So here the supreme point of Hinduism is expanding on how the time is just the ornaments of Bhagavan Kala Bhairava, Bhagavan Kala Bhairava's Trishul, and the Prabhavali, the circular time, is the Prabhavali, and the vertical time is the Trishul, which Kala Bhairava holds. And the supreme pontiff of Hinduism, Swamiji, will empower us with the time so that we can achieve the ultimate space, which is enlightenment. The supreme pontiff of Hinduism beautifully expands further. You cannot judge people as good and bad. You can only understand people as integrated and non-integrated. If you want to solve problems related to human relationships, start categorizing people based on integrity. He is integrated to this, she is integrated to that. Think in that language, you will be successful. Many of us, many times in our relationships, we can see that we categorize the people around us as good or bad, and then we continue to have incompletions and the resistance and all the miscommunication, misunderstandings happen when we categorize the people as good or bad. Only when we start thinking in the scale line of integrity and start understanding human beings from the angle of integrity, only then you will see that you will not have the problems related to human relationships.
If I want some result from him, he should be integrated to this. If he is not going to be integrated, let me choose somebody who will be integrated to that and get the result from that person. As far as the experience of time and cognition of time, the moment you understand its various dimensions of existence, its various levels of existence, this knowledge liberates.
Yes. So all these were the various powerful cognitions which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had expanded on the webinar of Decode Time and Space. And all of us can go to the official YouTube channel of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, which is Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda. And there we can see all the webinars that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has given for all of us to make us understand about the various aspects of time and space and parallel universes and vertical time zones. And it is no more just a fantasy, which we read in books or see in movies, but it is the living day to day experience where continuously in our life we see how we are able to function based on the parallel universes, function based on connecting to our own selves in the parallel universe and expressing those state, space, and powers of Paramashiva.
The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism also recently shared in the webinars about mutation, the superconscious mutation which happens in us. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shared that when we have a glimpse of those vertical time zones, the mutation starts to happen in our body. We have been introduced to mutants or mutation by the entertainment industry in movies and web series. But the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shared that unfortunately, the idea of mutants, which was fed to us, is very incomplete. It is only the mutation which happens in the lower time zones, not in the higher time zones. In the lower time zones, some powers also start to manifest, but the intelligence and the compassion and enlightenment does not come along with it. Therefore, these powers are used for destruction and selfish reasons. But when the mutation happens, the superconscious mutation happens with the experiences and glimpses of the higher vertical time zones, then the intelligence of enlightenment, the compassion of enlightenment also comes along with those powers. And therefore, this level of mutation and these mutants, if we can say, are an extreme blessing and are extremely auspicious for the universe and the cosmos. So the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism during this Paramashivoham level 3 is going to allow the superconscious mutation to happen in us as we experience the higher vertical time zones. Having powers is important, but the intelligence, the compassion, and the enlightenment is also extremely important for those powers to do good to the universe, to people, and to beings in the cosmos. So that is exactly what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is doing with us. He has been preparing us for the last many weeks now. Every day, almost, a new initiation comes as we sit in the presence of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, cognize the powerful cognitions which he shares, and go through the initiation. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism even shared recently that one superconscious mutation is equivalent to trillions of Shaktinipada. That is the gap and how intense superconscious mutation is. He even shared that he is nothing but the superconscious mutation of Paramashiva, and he will replicate this superconscious mutation in each and every one of us. So surely something extremely excited to have and to get involved into this Paramashivoham level 3. So sitting 21 days in the presence of the avatar, in the presence of the incarnation of Paramashiva to allow this superconscious mutation to happen inside of us. Like mentioned a little bit previously, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shared that irreversible power manifestation will happen in us, irreversible empowerment, irreversible enlightenment is going to take place and happen in each and every one of us. So register your intention or your registration at kailasa.org/Paramashivoham. Do not miss this opportunity. Put your obstacles aside. Remember that when you have a cognitive shift and an experience of the higher states of consciousness and the vertical time zones, your experience of yourself and the world takes a quantum leap forward. And when we leap forward, the cognitions that we realize make all the problems that we cognize now completely redundant. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shared, he does not give solutions to problems, he makes problems redundant. Allowing the superconscious mutation to happen in us is going to make the problems that we consider as real and we struggle with right now, these problems are going to be made redundant. So do not miss this opportunity to have a fresh start in your life. Allow the superconscious breakthrough to happen and refresh yourself, rejuvenate yourself, start fresh, no matter where you are in the stage of your life, whatever stage you are at. Get a fresh start, sit with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on this auspicious beginning of Paramashivaratri for the 21 days and allow this superconscious mutation to happen in you.
Yes, as Ashtoshananda Maharaj was sharing, it is just our decision to enter and make ourselves available for the superconscious mutation. As the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism beautifully put it, it is just one decision that we need to take to attend the Paramashivoham Level 3 program and literally transform ourselves. As the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism said, it is now time for the human beings to evolve into the divine superhuman. It is, as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, for that very purpose, has come down to planet Earth to make this conscious shift. And all of us should not miss this opportunity, which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is literally giving as a gift from Bhagavan Paramashiva, revealing in the Vedas and Agamas. And till now, the science has been lost for various reasons. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving all those sciences. So let us all take a few moments to make sure that we have put our intention for the Paramashivoham Level 3 program starting in just a few days. And we'll be right back with all of you. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. I guarantee you, I will reach you wherever you are. Be alive, somehow be alive for next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. It's my commitment to humanity. I'm going to empower, enlighten each and every one of you with the fuel and energy of the parallel universe. I'll infuse this intense supernal effulgence DNA, Tejas, Ojas, Kundalini Shakti into your spine to consciously lift you to Kailasa. It is irreversible permanent enlightenment, irreversible power manifestation, irreversible permanent empowerment.
Yes, welcoming each and everyone back, the viewers on YouTube, Facebook, or any other social media platform, we welcome you. We are about to receive the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism live, so stay tuned as it is going to happen in only few moments from now. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism recently shared in one of the latest address by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism how many times in our life we give a signature for the sake of a candy. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism expanded on how when we are a child and we do something and suddenly we get something which we enjoy, such as a candy, we come to various conclusions and various patterns start to happen in our life. And like that, we do something just for the sake of having something which we consider pleasant. And those patterns keep growing in our life, even when we become adults. So many times in our life is stuck. We are kind of going in circles in a rut simply because many of the decisions that we make and many of the actions that we make are actually made from a cognition of giving a signature for the sake of getting a candy. And because of that, the breakthrough doesn't happen in our life. And we get stuck in this, like we mentioned a little bit earlier, this circular experience where we keep experiencing the same thing over and over and over again. And we don't really realize that we are doing that. But at the same time, we do feel that there's a lack of fulfillment and there's a lack of general excitement and involvement with life. And that is why these patterns have to be broken. So sitting in the presence of an avatar of Paramashiva, who is the embodiment of superconsciousness, he allows that superconscious breakthrough to happen in you. So those patterns of simply doing something for the sake of a small pleasure, many times unconsciously as well, these are very immature conversations with life, which shrinks us and leave us at the end unfulfilled. So dropping these patterns, and it is not always easy, as we most of the time are not even aware that this is happening. But when do you sit in the presence of Swamiji, of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, when you go through the initiations, when you go through the processes that he guides us into, we start, our level of awareness is raised to higher states of consciousness. And when our awareness raises, we start to see those patterns in our life, and we are then empowered to decide to drop those silly conversations, those simple signatures for the sake of a candy decisions in our life, so that we can make decisions which will have tremendous impact on our life and on the life of people around us, giving us the fulfillment, the expansion, the bliss, and all the auspicious qualities which manifest when we express very higher states of consciousness, higher frequencies, when we experience ourselves in the vertical time zones, when we face our higher identities in the vertical time zones. So all that is going to become an experience for each and every one of us during the Paramashivoham level 3. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, being an avatar of Paramashiva, as per Hinduism, can simply transmit the experience. Many times, people have to do tapas, penance, for years and years and years to even have a glimpse of an experience. But we are lucky enough to have Swamiji in our life, where just by sitting in his presence, in the space of listening, in the space of receptivity, we can simply imbibe and experience that ultimate experience. That is the blessing that we have. Not to forget also that the fact that we are in a human body in the presence of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is an extreme blessing and a great boon, as only this human body is hardwired for us to experience the higher time zones, higher states of consciousness, and ultimately oneness with Paramashiva, which is exactly what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is doing. So do not miss this opportunity to sit in the presence of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. You can register your intention at kailasa.org/Paramashivoham to experience that breakthrough, to raise your awareness and break free from those silly childhood patterns which are still running inside of our system without us realizing that they're actually the leaders of the major decisions and actions we do in our everyday life. So do not miss this. Decide to have a breakthrough. Decide to get out of this rut. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism actually shared also in a recent webinar that it's all about decision. During one of the initiation into the Parashodasi and the Tripura Sundari initiation, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shared that it's not that we cannot do it, it's the willingness to do it is not there. So we just have to sit with ourselves and decide to do it. Allow that willingness to happen and just make it happen. So like that will to be in the presence of Swamiji during this Paramashivoham level 3 and to undergo this super conscious mutation.
Yes. And there's also a beautiful question from one of the viewer on YouTube asking that I've taken the decision but haven't manifested the Guru Dakshina yet. Can I have some guidance? So beautifully, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism says, then when we have the authentic intention to be with the Master, when we have that yearning inside us, the seeking inside us, automatically the Guru completely removes all the obstacles and clears the path for us to be with the Guru. As the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was expanding on the Navagrahas and how the Guru is the embodiment, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the embodiment of Dakshinamurti, the ultimate Guru. Whenever we have any problem in our life, whether it might be the health issues or financial issues or issues with relationship, it is just that prayer, that seeking that we have towards the Guru, which will make that happen. So even for Paramashivoham, when we feel anything is an obstacle, there can be thousands of obstacles, but we should also understand that those obstacles are just also given by Paramashiva for us to strengthen that seeking inside us and to come over our impossibilities. A few days ago in the beautiful initiation, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism told all the participants to write down 21 things that we thought were impossible before. And I'm sure many of you would have written down the most impossible things that you thought, like the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism mentioned, becoming a billionaire or buying a Ferrari or whatever you feel which is impossible. When all of us wrote that down at that point of time, because of the initiation of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, simply, and of course, the Guru Bhakti that we have towards the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, simply everything started aligning and everything that we wrote, all the 21 things that we wrote started manifesting in our lives. Many of you would have seen there was so tons of Sakshi Pramanas on the social media where every single participant was sharing how they thought something was impossible in their lives. And right after the initiation, something manifested and they changed it from impossible to possibility. So same way in our life, if we see that many of the thought currents or many of the patterns that we have, we think we cannot break them and we feel it is impossible. It might be materialistic things or even the inner emotions and patterns. Sometimes people have the inner image that I am an angry person, I'm a short-tempered person, I can never change, or I easily get hurt by others and this will not change. So there are so many things in our life that are stuck by impossibility. And only when we see the possibility and by the initiation of the Guru, by seeing that trust in the Guru, that he can even move the planets and the Brahmandas for us to achieve the reality that we want to achieve. So with that seeking and with that trust, when we look at everything in our lives, then we will realize that the impossibilities are just strengthening the level of feeling connection and the ability to manifest powers. Many of us in our day-to-day lives, unless we have a problem or unless we face an issue, we do not even go to thinking about either Swamiji or the power manifestation, as only when we get a problem, we look in all the spiritual solutions. And of course, spiritual solution is the only solution we can apply so that we live in a blissful way and towards the space of enlightenment. So with that, we'll now be coming to the beautiful live darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And I request all the viewers, all the participants to please get ready. Please settle down. Sit with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Intensely visualize the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in your third eye and chant the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, and get ready to receive the live darshan and initiation of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
Connecting with the divine with your eyes closed is meditation. Connecting with the divine with your eyes open is darshan. Come, let us all now move from meditation to darshan. Slowly, very slowly, please open your eyes.
ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದನೇ ನಿತ್ಯನೇ ನಿತ್ಯನೇ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದನೇ ನಿತ್ಯನೇ ನಿತ್ಯನೇ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದನೇ ಈ ಧರೆಯನ್ನು ಸಲಹಲು ನೀ ಬಂದಿಹನೇ ಜೀವನ್ ಮುಕ್ತಿಯ ನೀ ಕೊಡುವವನೇ ಈ ಧರೆಯನ್ನು ಸಲಹಲು ನೀ ಬಂದಿಹನೇ ಜೀವನ್ ಮುಕ್ತಿಯ ನೀ ಕೊಡುವವನೇ ನಿತ್ಯನೇ ನಿತ್ಯನೇ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದನೇ ನಿತ್ಯನೇ ನಿತ್ಯನೇ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದನೇ ಅರಿಯದ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನ ದ್ವಂದ್ವವ ತೊಲಗಿಸಿ ಅರಿಯದ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನ ದ್ವಂದ್ವವ ತೊಲಗಿಸಿ ದಿವ್ಯ ಜ್ಞಾನವ ನೀ ತಂದೆ ದಿವ್ಯ ಜ್ಞಾನವ ನೀ ತಂದೆ ನಿತ್ಯನೇ ನಿತ್ಯನೇ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದನೇ ನಿತ್ಯನೇ ನಿತ್ಯನೇ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದನೇ ನಿತ್ಯನೇ ನಿತ್ಯನೇ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದನೇ ನಿತ್ಯನೇ ನಿತ್ಯನೇ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದನೇ ನಂಬಿದ ಭಕ್ತರ ಬಾಳಲಿ ಕೈಲಾಸ ಕಾಣುವ ಬೆಂಬ.
Today, Kailasa celebrates the second day of the grand festival of Paramashivaratri Brahmotsavam. Paramashivaratri is the auspicious cosmic happening when the most powerful manifestation of Paramashiva as the infinite light shaft Lingodbhava happened in the cosmos. Every Shivaratri, this clairvoyant cosmological happening happens again and again. Paramashiva manifests for the devotion of the devotees to remove the darkness of ignorance and give enlightenment to the whole cosmos. On the very first Paramashivaratri, the universe received his cosmic happening in the form of Lingodbhava, to which Brahma and Vishnu surrendered as the highest spiritual principle. Since then, Paramashiva is a clarion call for beings to live in absolute oneness with the cosmos as the highest spiritual principle as Paramashiva himself. Today, we also celebrate the 6th day of the grand festival of Vijayotsavam. Vijayotsavam is a 10-day festival where we celebrate the victory of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, over the anti-spiritual elements and negative forces of the world. The 10-day long festival of Utsavam culminates on the 2nd of March, the anti-spiritual elements Suicide Day, the day when the evil forces of Adharma launched their most vicious multi-pronged attack on the ultimate incarnation, Paramavatara of Paramashiva, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, hence committing karmic suicide. This is the day when every year Kailasa stands exhibiting its commitment to all the gurus, incarnations, temples and ancient Sarvagnya Pithas that have been attacked during the longest ongoing genocide of indigenous people in the world history by Hindu Mizya forces. Today, here in Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalayam at Adi Kailasa Nithyananda Sarvagnya Pitham, the 2nd day celebration of Paramashivaratri Brahmotsavam and the 6th day celebration of Vijayotsavam were marked by the offering of Shiva Mula Mantra Homa and Pratyangira Homa respectively. All pujas and rituals performed in Adi Kailasa during Brahmotsavams and special Utsavams are personally micromanaged and officiated by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and are performed by his third eye awakened disciples strictly as per Vedas and Agamas, the source scriptures of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Let us now offer our worship to Bhagwan Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva and Devi Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti, gracing us as Paramashivaratri Parivara, and to Devi Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti, Bhagwan Kala Bhairava, and our beloved Bhagwan, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, as the Vijayotsavam Parivara, and seek their grace and blessings.
दक्षालम्बितवामनिद्रितपदम् कृष्णं मृगं चाभयम् टङ्कं च दधतं वरं च कटके बिभ्राणया वामके वामालम्बितनिद्रितान्यपदया देव्यायुतं मध्यतः स्कन्देनाब्जकरद्वयेन सहितं सोमाकुहेशं भजे। धूरसि धूर्वधूर्वन्तन् धूर्वतयोऽस्मान् धूर्वति तन्धूर्वयं वयं धूर्वामस्त्वं देवानामसि सस्नितमं पप्रितमं तुष्टतमं वह्नितमं देवहूतममृतमसि हविर्गानं त्रिगुंहस्वमाह्वार्मित्रस्य त्वा चक्षुषा प्रेक्षे माभिर्मा संविद्धा मा त्वाहि गुंसिषम्। श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिवाय नमः। श्री कालभैरव स्वामिने नमो नमः। श्री सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः। धूपमाघ्रापयामि। उद्दीप्य स्वजातवेदोपघ्निर्निर्निं मम पशुभुश्च मह्यमावह जीवनं च दिशो दिशा मानो हि गुंसि जातवेदो गामश्वं पुरुषं जगते अबिभ्रदग्रागहि श्रिया मा परिपातया। श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिवाय नमः। श्री कालभैरव स्वामिने नमो नमः। श्री सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः। दीपं संदर्शयामि। अथ नैवेद्यम्। मधुवातार्तायते मधुक्षरन्ति सिन्धवः माध्वीर्नः सन्तोषधीः मधुनक्तमुतोषसि मधुमत्वार्दिवगुंरजः मधुद्यौरस्तु नः पिता मधुमानो वनस्पतिर्मधुमागुमस्तु सूर्यः मार्गीर्गावो भवन्तु नः मधु मधु मधु। श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिवाय नमः। श्री कालभैरव स्वामिने नमो नमः। श्री सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः। अमृतं महानैवेद्यं निवेदयामि। नैवेद्यान्तमाचमनं समर्पयामि। तन्महेशाय विद्महे वाग्विशुद्धाय धीमहि तन्नः शिवः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते। हंसाय विद्महे परमहंसाय धीमहि तन्नो हंसः प्रचोदयात्। नित्यानंदेश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिवाय नमः। श्री कालभैरव स्वामिने नमो नमः। श्री सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः। सर्वोपचारार्थे कर्पूर नीराजनं सन्दर्शयामि रक्षां धारयामि। मंगलम कल्पवृक्षाय मंगलम ज्ञानदायिने परमशिवाय श्री नित्यानंदेश्वराय मंगलम। मंगलम श्री विद्याम्बायै मंगलम कामदायिन्यै सर्वमंगलदात्री नित्यानंदेश्वर्यै मंगलम। मंगलम गुरुदेवाय मोक्षमूलाय मंगलम परमावताराय नित्यानंदाय गुरवे मंगलम।
நான் உன்னோட ஐக்கியமாக வேணும். உனக்காக என்னைய தந்த எந்தைய தந்தைய நித்யானந்தா ஏக்கத்தை தீர்க்க வேணும். எந்தன் குருவே நித்யானந்தா இச்சைகளை தீர்த்திட வேணும் ஐயா. ஏன் சர்ச்சைகளை தீர்த்திட வேணும் ஐயா. ஏன் சர்ச்சைகளை தீர்த்திட வேணும் ஐயா. உலகம் என்னும் மாய இருளில் உழன்ற உண்மைய மறந்தே போன தீட்சையனும் தீபம் ஏத்தி எண்ணெய காத்தாய. பாவம் என்னும் புண்ணியம் என்னும் கர்ம வினைய நானும் அறிய. பெருமானே உந்தன் அருளால் அதையும் கடந்தேனே. இது போதும் இந்த வாழ்க்கை என என்னைய மறந்து உன்னைய நினைச்சேன் நானே. ஓ கைலாயம் கண்டு மகிழ்ந்தேன் நானே. ஓ கைலாயம் கண்டு மகிழ்ந்தேன் நானே. தாமர போல பட்டும் படாம இருந்த என்ன பரமசிவ தரிசனம் தந்து ஏகாந்தித்தாயே. தண்ணியில இருந்த போதும் தண்ணிய பெருமை அறியவில்லை. நானும் அறி
नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवसमारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि परमशिवशक्तिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। I welcome you all with my love and respects and blessings. Paramashiva's direct message from Kailasa. Listen. Paramashiva's superconscious mutation manifestations. When he superconsciously mutated, his manifestations, 64 manifestations documented in Veda Agamas, which he himself describes. Manifesting all of them in you is the complete manifestation of Paramadvaita. Listen. Paramashiva's own superconscious mutation manifestations, 64 manifestations he himself describes in Vedagamas. Lingamurti, Lingodbhavamurti, Sadashivamurti, Mahasadashivamurti, Umamaheshwaramurti, Sukhasanamurti, Umeshamurti, Somasgandhamurti, Vrishabhantikamurti, Natarajamurti, Dakshinamurti, Mahakalabhairavamurti. His own 64 superconscious mutation manifestations, initiating all of you into this, making all of you manifest this 64 is the message from Paramashiva directly from Kailasa. Listen, I'll put this document, introduction about all these 64 today in the Facebook page as usual, along with the gist of the satsang. I want all of you to please read it at least once. You write down, so you have an initial introduction about the names and who they are, all the 64. Vrishabhantika, Chandrasekhara. In that 64 Murtas, it's also called Maheshwara Murtas. Chandeshanugraha, Keshavartha, Kalyana Sundara, Gangadhara. All these are 64 forms of Paramashiva. Ardhanarishwara.
பதம் பற்றிடும் சிவ
சிவாய நம உபாயம் தரும் அனுதினம் விடாது வினை தொடாது விடும் பணிந்திட சிவாய நம மந்திரம் மறவாதே ஒரு நாள் மனமன சிவாய நம உபாயம் தரும் அனுதினம் விடாது வினை தொடாது விடும் பணிந்திட சிவாய நம மந்திரம் மறவாதே ஒரு நாள் மனமன
காணலீரிந்த உலகம் எண்ணிலையாது தடைகளில் தேங்கி நின்றேன் வழி தெரியாது காணலீரிந்த உலகம் எண்ணிலையாது தடைகளில் தேங்கி நின்றேன் வழி தெரியாது என்னுள் வினாய் எழுகின்ற போது உன்னில் விடை இருந்திடும் அல்லவா வானம் மழை தருகின்ற போது சேரும் மழை உடைத்திடும் அல்லவோ தடை நீக்கி வழியாக்கி உன்னை நோக்கி வந்திட அருள்களை தருவாய்
சிவாய நம உபாயம் தரும் அனுதினம் விடாது வினை தொடாது விடும் பணிந்திட சிவாய நம மந்திரம் மறவாதே ஒரு நாள் மனமன சிவாய நம உபாயம் தரும் அனுதினம் விடாது வினை தொடாது விடும் பணிந்திட சிவாய நம மந்திரம் மறவாதே ஒரு நாள் மனமன
எம்மையாகின்ற அருணை மலையானே கருணையில் அருளவாராய் பஞ்சபூதத்தில் ஆட்சி புரிகின்ற நித்யனே விளங்கி வாராய்.
So understand, the document is ready. It will be posted now in the Facebook. You can all enjoy. Listen carefully. First time ever I am initiating people into this. First time ever I am initiating people into the superconscious mutation manifestations of Paramashiva, all the 64. See, separately I initiated people in Dakshinamurti manifestation. Separately I initiated people in Kalabhairava manifestation. Separately I initiated people in Nataraja manifestation. Separately I have also initiated people in Lingamurti manifestation. Like different individual manifestations of Paramashiva I have initiated, like Lingodbhava Darshan. Through that Lingodbhava Murti initiation I have done. But first time all the 64, this Paramashivoham, you are going to experience all the 64. So I am beginning the initiation with introduction from today. This is going to be the unique offering from Paramashiva for this Mahashivaratri and this whole Paramashivoham. Initiation into superconscious mutation manifestations of Paramashiva. All the 64 manifestations. Like Gajasamhara Murti is one manifestation. Tripurantaka Murti, Sandhya Nritta Murti, Gangadhara Murti, Jwarabhagna Murti. Each of these manifestations, Kshetrabala Murti, Kalantaka Murti, Bhikshadana Murti, Pasubhada Murti, Varaha Samhara Murti, Brahma Sirascheta Murti, Gauri Leela Samanvita Murti, Ekapada Murti, Jvalantara Vadamurti, Agorastra Murti, Vatuka Murti, Lagulishwara Murti, Guru Murti, Tripada Trimurti, Gajantika Murti, Kirata Murti, Veerabhadra Murti, Abattuttarana Murti, Kamadahana Murti, Matsya Samhara Murti, Rakta Bhiksha Pradana Murti. All these are various superconscious mutation manifestations of Paramashiva. Today I wanted to introduce all of these 64 superconscious mutation manifestations of Paramashiva. Then we can start initiating. So this is going to be the great gift from Paramashiva for this Shivaratri, for the whole world, whole universe. Today itself I am preparing all of you because Shivaratri is just maybe a few hours. March 1st is Shivaratri. It's already 27th February. In India, 27th February has started. It's already 27th. So it's only 28th and 1st. It's only few hours away. So I wanted all of you to have a understanding, introduction about this superconscious mutation, manifestations of Paramashiva. All Kailasas are going to have the 64 Murtis installed in Kailasas. All Kailasas. I am working on it. How to make all these 64 deities in mass quantity. So all the Kailasas, this has to be installed. It will reach you guys. The work is after all happening, continuously happening. And all Kailasa temples will have the 64 Murtis. Superconscious mutation manifestation of Paramashiva. I'll now begin the initiation. An introductory initiation into the superconscious mutation manifestations of Paramashiva. I'll invoke all the 64 superconscious mutations, manifestations of Paramashiva in all of us. Sit straight. Keep your Atmalinga in your hand. As a living incarnation, Paramavatara of Paramashiva, I bless you all. Initiate everyone connected with me now into Paramadvaita, super conscious manifestation of Paramashiva. All the 64 super conscious mutation manifestations of Paramashiva. And blessings to all the Guadalupe Kalpataru participants, Kailasa Guadalupe Kalpataru participants. Blessings to all of you. Let's enter into the initiation now. Om, 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 Om. Om Lingamurti. Om, 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 Om. Lingodbhavamurti. Mukalingamurti. Shivaya Namah. Sadashivamurti. Shivaya Namah. Mahasadashivamurti. Umamaheshwaramurti. Shivaya Namah. Sukhasanamurti. Umeshamurti. Somaskandamurti.
சிவாய நம உபாயம் தரும் அனுதினம் விடாது வினை தொடாது விடும் பணிந்திட சிவாய நம சிவாய நம மந்திரம் மறவாத ஒரு நாள் மனமனு சிவாய நம
சந்திரசேகரமூர்த்தி.
அனுதினம் விடாது வினை தொடாது விடும் பணிந்திட சிவாய
புஜங்கலலிதா
மந்திரம் மறவாத ஒரு நாள்
சதா நிருத்தமூர்த்தி.
அருணை மலையாடு கருணையில் அருளவார்
கங்கா விசர்ஜனமூர்த்தி.
ஆட்சி புரிகின்ற நித்யனே
அர்த்தநாரீஸ்வரமூர்த்தி. ஓ
உயிரிலும் நிறைந்து ஆட்கொண்டவா
ஓ
நினைவிலும் இவை பொழுதிலும் எம்மை காக்கின்றவா தூணிலும் துருவிலும் எனதுயிரிலும் நிறைந்து ஆட்கொண்டவா கனவிலும் நினைவிலும் இவை பொழுதிலும் எம்மை காக்கின்றவா தடைகளை உடைத்து எதிரியை ஒழித்து சிவமயமாக்கிடவா தரிசனம் காட்டு கொடி தடை நாட்டு நீரானே இந்நாட்டின் ராஜாதி ராஜனே சிவாய நம உபாயம் தரும் அனுதினம் விடாது வினை தொடாது விடும் பணிந்திட சிவாய நம மந்திரம் மறவாத ஒரு நாள் மனமனு சிவாய நம உபாயம் தரும் அனுதினம் விடாது வினை தொடாது விடும் பணிந்திட சிவாய நம மந்திரம் மறவாத ஒரு நாள் மனமனு
వృషభారూఢమూర్తి భుజంగత్రశమూర్తి చండదాండవమూర్తి త్రిపురాంతకమూర్తి గజసంహారమూర్తి సంధ్యానృత్తమూర్తి గంగాధరమూర్తి కళ్యాణ సుందరమూర్తి జ్వరభంగమూర్తి
சிவாய நம உபாயம் தரும் அனுதினம் விடாது வினை தொடாது விடும் பணிந்திட சிவாய நம மந்திரம் மறவாதே ஒரு நாள் மனமனு சிவாய நம உபாயம் தரும் அனுதினம் விடாது வினை தொடாது விடும் பணிந்திட சிவாய நம மந்திரம் மறவாதே ஒரு நாள் மனமனு
காணலீரிந்த உலகம் எண்ணிலையாது தடைகளில் தேங்கி நின்றேன் வழி தெரியாது காணலீரிந்த உலகம் எண்ணிலையாது தடைகளில் தேங்கி நின்றேன் வழி தெரியாது என்னுள் வினாய் எழுகின்ற போது உன்னில் விடை எழுந்திடும் அல்லவா வானம் மழை தருகின்ற போது சேரும் மழை உடத்திடும் அல்லவோ தடை நீக்கி வழியாக்கி உன்னை நோக்கி வந்திட அருளனை தருவாய்
சிவாய நம உபாயம் தரும் அனுதினம் விடாது வினை தொடாது விடும் பணிந்திட சிவாய நம மந்திரம் மறவாதே ஒரு நாள் மனமனு சிவாய நம உபாயம் தரும் அனுதினம் விடாது வினை தொடாது விடும் பணிந்திட சிவாய நம மந்திரம் மறவாதே ஒரு நாள் மனமனு
எம்மையாழ்கின்ற அருணை மலையானே கருணையில் அருளவாராய் பஞ்சபூதத்தில் ஆட்சி புரிகின்ற நித்யனே இறங்கி வாராய் தூணிலும் துரும்பிலும் எனதுயிரிலும் இருந்து ஆட்கொண்டவா கனவிலும் நினைவிலும் இமை பொழுதிலும் எம்மை காக்கின்றவா தூணிலும் துரும்பிலும் எனதுயிரிலும் இருந்து ஆட்கொண்டவா கனவிலும் நினைவிலும் இமை பொழுதிலும் எம்மை காக்கின்றவா தடைகளை உடைத்து எதிரியை ஒழித்து சிவமயமாக்கிடவா உன் தரிசனம் காட்டு கொடிதனை நாட்டு நீதானே இந்நாட்டின் ராஜாதி ராஜன்
சிவாய நம உபாயம் தரும் அனுதினம் விடாது வினை தொடாது விடும் பணிந்திட சிவாய நம மந்திரம் மறவாதே ஒரு நாள் மனமனு சிவாய நம உபாயம் தரும் அனுதினம் விடாது வினை தொடாது விடும் பணிந்திட சிவாய நம மந்திரம் மறவாதே ஒரு நாள் மனமனு சிவாய நம உபாயம் தரும் அனுதினம் விடாது வினை தொடாது விடும் பணிந்திட சிவாய நம மந்திரம் மறவாதே ஒரு நாள் மனமனு
நித்யானந்த 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 గపగపదప గపద పద సరి గరి గ సారి దాస పాద సరి గ సాద ప గరి సరి నిత్య నిత్యానంద నిత్యానంద పగరి గగ సద పగరి నిత్యానంద నిత్యానంద పాదల పగరి సారి గరి సద సారి గ పాద సద పగరి నిత్యానంద నిత్యానంద సారి గరి సరి సద సద పగరి సరి సా సదరి రి గ ప పద ద సరి గరి గరి ద సరి సరి స పద సద సద గ పద పద పరి సద పగరి సరి నిత్యానంద 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 నిత్యానంద
శార్దూలహరమూర్తి కేశవార్తమూర్తి చండేశనుగ్రహమూర్తి వీణాదర దక్షిణామూర్తి లఘులీశ్వరమూర్తి పడుగమూర్తి అహోరాస్త్రమూర్తి గురుమూర్తి జలంతరవతమూర్తి ఏకపాదమూర్తి గౌరీలీలా సమన్వితమూర్తి బ్రహ్మశిరశ్చేతమూర్తి వరాహ సంహారమూర్తి శిష్యభావమూర్తి పాశుపతమూర్తి భిక్షాటనమూర్తి వ్యాఖ్యాన దక్షిణామూర్తి కాలాంతకమూర్తి భైరవమూర్తి క్షేత్రబాలమూర్తి దక్షయజ్ఞహరమూర్తి అశ్వారూఢమూర్తి ఏకపాద త్రిమూర్తి గౌరీవరప్రదమూర్తి విషపహరణమూర్తి విష అపహరణమూర్తి కూర్మ సంహారమూర్తి ప్రార్థనామూర్తి కంగాళమూర్తి సింహగ్నమూర్తి యోగదక్షిణామూర్తి కామదహనమూర్తి ఆపత్తుత్తారణమూర్తి
நினைத்தால் நெஞ்சில் நிறைவாய் நஞ்சியமுதாய் நயந்தாய் போற்றி கனவிலும் அன்பர்க்கு ஆனாய் போற்றி கலியுகம் காத்த காலமே போற்றி உணர்வில் ஒன்றான உயிரே போற்றி உயிர் தாண்டி வந்த துணையே போற்றி அருமையில் எளிய அழகே போற்றி கோடியில் என கொண்ட நித்தியனை போற்றி
ఆపత్తుత్తారణమూర్తి ఈరభద్రమూర్తి కిరాతమూర్తి గజాంతికమూర్తి త్రిపాద త్రిమూర్తి చక్రదాన స్వరూపమూర్తి గరుడాంతికమూర్తి మత్స్య సంహారమూర్తి రక్తభిక్ష ప్రదానమూర్తి
मुस्कुराहट दिखे तो झट से सूर्य किरण रंग रंग बरसे चरण कमल की आहट सुनने भूमि की हर अंग अंग तरसे मुस्कुराहट दिखे तो झट से सूर्य किरण रंग रंग बरसे चरण कमल की आहट सुनने भूमि की हर अंग अंग तरसे
नित्यानंदा नित्यानंदा
आंगन में झूला झूले तो चिड़िया भक्त सभी जा बसे उस सन्नाटे में बहती हवा जो भी कहना था कह जाए सबसे आंगन में झूला झूले तो चिड़िया भक्त सभी जा बसे उस सन्नाटे में बहती हवा जो भी कहना था कह जाए सबसे
नित्यानंदा
तेरे चेहरे में अलग चेतन और गहरे नयन पावन चेहरे में अलग चेतन और गहरे नयन पावन मुस्कुराहट दिखे तो झट से सूर्य किरण रंग रंग बरसे चरण कमल की आहट सुनने भूमि की हर अंग अंग तरसे आंगन में झूला झूले तो चिड़िया भक्त सभी जा बसे उस सन्नाटे में बहती हवा जो भी कहना था कह जाए सबसे
नित्यानंदा
गरि ग ग ग ग म गरि ग ग ग ग र ब म प गरि ग ग ग ग म गरि सा नि द प म ग गरि ग ग ग ग म गरि गरि ग ग ग ग र ब म प गरि ग ग ग ग म गरि सा नि द प
सागर नित्यानंद कृपा सागर नित्यानंद दया सागर नित्यानंद कृपा सागर नित्यानंद कमलवदन नित्यानंद कमलवदन नित्यानंद कमलाक्ष नित्यानंद कमलवदन नित्यानंद कमलाक्ष नित्यानंद 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 करुणिसु यमगे गुरु नित्यानंद करुणिसु यमगे गुरु नित्यानंद ಓಂ ಗುರು ನೀನು ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಓಂಕಾರೇಶ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಓಂ ಗುರು ನೀನು ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಓಂಕಾರೇಶ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಪರಾತ್ಪರ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಜಗದ್ಗುರು ನೀನು ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಪರಾತ್ಪರ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಜಗದ್ಗುರು ನೀನು ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಆನಂದ ನೀಡವ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಆನಂದ ನೀಡವ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಆನಂದ ಸದ್ಗುರು ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಆನಂದ ಸದ್ಗುರು ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ 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 ಕರುಣಿಸು ಯಮಗೆ ಗುರು ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಕರುಣಿಸು ಯಮಗೆ ಗುರು ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ अक्षय हस्त नित्यानंद भव वैद्य नित्यानंद अक्षय हस्त नित्यानंद भव वैद्य नित्यानंद परम पुरुष नित्यानंद परम पुरुष नित्यानंद विडदिवास नित्यानंद परम पुरुष नित्यानंद विडदिवास नित्यानंद 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 करुणिसु यमगे गुरु नित्यानंद करुणिसु यमगे गुरु नित्यानंद
नित्यानंद नित्यानंद जय जय नामं भजे नित्यानंद नित्यानंद गुरुनाथं भजे नित्यानंद नित्यानंद जय जय नामं भजे नित्यानंद नित्यानंद गुरुनाथं भजे नित्यानंद नित्यानंद जय जय नामं भजे नित्यानंद नित्यानंद गुरुनाथं भजे नित्यानंद नित्यानंद जय जय नामं भजे नित्यानंद नित्यानंद गुरुनाथं भजे नित्यानामं भजे 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 नित्यानन्दं भजे नित्यानामं भजे नित्यानन्दं भजे नित्यानन्द नित्यानन्द जय जय नामं भजे नित्यानन्द नित्यानन्द गुरुनाथं भजे नित्यानन्द नित्यानन्द जय जय नामं भजे नित्यानन्द नित्यानन्द गुरुनाथं भजे
என்னப்பனல்லவா என் தாயுமல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் தியானம் அளிக்கவா என்னப்பனல்லவா என் தாயுமல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் தியானம் அளிக்கவா எங்கும் நிறைந்தவா எண்ணம் கடந்தவா பொங்கும் அருவியாய் ஆனந்தம் தந்தவா எங்கும் நிறைந்தவா எண்ணம் கடந்தவா பொங்கும் அருவியாய் ஆனந்தம் தந்தவா என்னப்பனல்லவா என் தாயுமல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் தியானம் அளித்தவா ஏழாம் உடல்கள் தாண்டி நித்திய வாழ்வும் கண்டிட கேடான காலம் தன்னை வென்று நீலை நின்றிட ஏழாம் உடல்கள் தாண்டி நித்திய வாழ்வும் கண்டிட கேடான காலம் தன்னை வென்று நீலை நின்றிட சீரான பாவம் பழி நீங்கி பெரும் வாழ்வினை கொண்டாட நித்யானந்த ஸ்புரணம் தன்னை நெய்தவா சீரான பாவம் பழி நீங்கி பெரும் வாழ்வினை கொண்டாட நித்யானந்த ஸ்புரணம் தன்னை நெய்தவா என்னப்பனல்லவா என் தாயுமல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் தியானம் அளித்தவா என்னப்பனல்லவா என் தாயுமல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் தியானம் அளித்தவா நிலையில்லாய் வாழ்வில் நித்தியமாய் விளங்கும் ஆனந்தம் கரையில்லா ஆனந்தத்தை தடை செய்திடும் அடமனம் நிலையில்லாய் வாழ்வில் நித்தியமாய் விளங்கும் ஆனந்தம் கரையில்லா ஆனந்தத்தை தடை செய்திடும் அடமனம் தடை தகர்த்து வெல்ல நித்யானந்தம் தந்த சூத்திரம் நித்யானந்த ஸ்புரணம் இந்த உலகில் இணையில்லா வரும் நித்யானந்த ஸ்புரணம் இந்த உலகில் இணையில்லா வரும் என்னப்பனல்லவா என் தாயுமல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் தியானம் அளிக்கவா என்னப்பனல்லவா என் தாயுமல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் தியானம் அளிக்கவா ஆழியாய் விருந்து நிற்கும் கர்ம நிலை சஞ்சிதம் ஆழியாய் விருந்து நிற்கும் கர்ம நிலை சஞ்சிதம் வாழும் ஜென்மத்தோடு கொண்டு வந்த பிராரப்தமா சேருகின்ற ஆசைகளால் கூடிடும் ஆகாமியம் சேருகின்ற ஆசைகளால் கூடிடும் ஆகாமியம் வீழும் மூன்று கர்மம் நித்யானந்தன் வழி சென்றிட வீழும் மூன்று கர்மம் நித்யானந்தன் வழி சென்றிட என்னப்பனல்லவா என் தாயுமல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் தியானம் அளிக்கவா என்னப்பனல்லவா என் தாயுமல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் தியானம் அளிக்கவா ஊடுயிராய் உலவுகின்ற போதும் நம்மை சாடுவர் வீடாத துயில் தழுவ மனதை விட்டு நீக்குவர் ஊடுயிராய் உலவுகின்ற போதும் நம்மை சாடுவர் வீடாத துயில் தழுவ மனதை விட்டு நீக்குவர் ஆயுதாண்டி விட்ட போதும் ஆண்டு கொள்ளும் மீட்பராய் தோன்றுகின்ற நித்யானந்த சத்குருவின் கீடவர் ஆயுதாண்டி விட்ட போதும் ஆண்டு கொள்ளும் மீட்பராய் தோன்றுகின்ற நித்யானந்த சத்குருவின் கீடவர் என்னப்பனல்லவா என் தாயுமல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் தியானம் அளிக்கவா என்னப்பனல்லவா என் தாயுமல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் தியானம் அளிக்கவா தந்தை தாயுமான போதும் திட்டமிட்ட சொந்தம்தான் கொண்ட வந்த மக்கள் யாவும் தீர்வில்லாத நோய்களாம். தந்தை தாயுமான போதும் திட்டமிட்ட சொந்தம்தான் கொண்ட வந்த மக்கள் யாவும் தீர்வில்லாத நோய்களாம். ஈடுகாட்டில் இட்ட பின்பும் முக்தி தந்து ஏற்றிடும் ஈடிணை இல்லாத ஒரே சொந்தம் குரு நித்யனாம். ஈடிணை இல்லாத ஒரே சொந்தம் குரு நித்யனாம். என்னப்பனல்லவா என் தாயும் அல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் ஞானம் அளித்தவா. என்னப்பனல்லவா என் தாயும் அல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் ஞானம் அளித்தவா.
Om. 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 I bless you all with the initiation of Paramadvaita. Om, Om, Om. 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 Blessings to everyone who has joined through internet and internet. Lee Kim Ki, I'll take care of your mother and give her place in Kailasa. I'll take care, don't worry. I'll bring her completion. Kim Ki Lee, my blessings. I'll bring completion to your mother, liberate her, and give her the place in Kailasa. Om, Om, Om. I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhat Vaita Saivam Paramat Vaitam. The state, space, powers, being, and superconsciousness, and Kailasa, Maha Kailasa, Paramashiva, Paramashivoham, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, the eternal bliss Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukhanam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasya Laksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is spa manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagwan himself explaining what is spa manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you, due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you, out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turyatita, in your whole being and doing, manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, playing with life, playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Bhagwan Paramashiva beautifully spoke on what is spa manifestation, raising your frequency, not work. Let's go through the pramana to have the cognitive shift. The science of spa manifestation is authentic, time-tested, scientific and foolproof. The Shastra Pramana, the authentic scriptures, Shrutis, Vedagamas, stands as a foundation for Hinduism. Apta Pramana, authentic, time-tested, foolproof compilation of the experience of the sages and rishis and enlightened masters, which is in terms with the Shastra Pramana. Atma Pramana, with Apta Pramana, a guru is able to experience and live the truth claimed by the Shastras. Shakshi Pramana, manifestation and experience of the guru's initiation in the disciple of a particular lineage, which is demonstrable to the world, and Pratyaksha Pramana, having the truth validated by the scientific study. Bhagwan Paramashiva has given us all the pramanas to understand the deeper science and have the cognitive shift. How when you go for the swimming, you have the cognitive shift and you start having the click to balance yourself on the water. Same way, when you start driving a two-vehicle, you start having the click of the balance. Same way, Bhagwan says, is a cognitive shift which manifests as powers. For the power of materialization is taken from the scriptural reference is taken from the Spandakarika, section 3, Vibhuti Spanda, Sutra 3.4, 3.5. Sahaja Samaji, Bhagwan described. Now let's go to the Shastra Pramana. Eternal truth
is taken from the Spandakarika, section 3 of Vibhuti Spanda, Sutra 3.4 and 3.5. Yatha hi arto sputo drishta savadhanepi chetasi bhuyah sputadaro bhati swabalodhyoga bhavitaha tatha yat paramarthena yena yatra yatha stitam tattatha balamakramya nachirat sampravartate.
Bhagavan Paramashiva has beautifully given the powerful cognition and made us understand that beautiful space of oneness with Paramashiva by the initiation, raising us to beyond what mind can understand, dissolving our identity into that oneness space of all the 64 dimensions of Paramashiva as our reality. Here he says, indeed, just as an object which, in spite of all the attentiveness of the mind, is perceived and seen indistinctly at first, then appears and manifests more distinctly and clearly when observed with the strength of one's visual power. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, as you raise into the oneness space with Paramashiva, your third eye becomes so active, your higher dimensions, higher loka, higher order of how you exist in the parallel universe is more clear and than anything else for you. When Ramakrishna Paramamsar was asked, have you seen God by Swami Vivekananda? He says very clearly, I see more clearly than you. The reality is more clear. How? This reality, what we call waking state, is more clear than the dream state. Same, Paramashiva space is more clear than even what you're experiencing as your body or your mind. More than the space that we experience as a delusion, Paramashiva is more real and more we experience through the higher consciousness happening in us. As when Swami Vivekananda was asked the same question, have you seen God? He beautifully answers, only through God I can even see you. All that again and again, it is so clear that Paramashiva is the real reason why even we are manifested and how we are projected. Bhagavan beautifully says it's like a projector having a laser beam and projecting in the air. That is all our body, mind, and what we think. Like in the dream, when we are lying down, we are projecting ourselves with all that we want to do and experience as our dream. Same way, right now also, we are projecting all our incompletion. When we drop the identity, dissolve into Paramashiva's lotus feet, the original identity, who you are in the parallel universe as Paramashiva, with all that 25 heads, who you are, becomes reality, manifesting all your desire, abundance, auspiciousness into reality. Today we are going to manifest the power of gold happening in our hand. How Bhagavan says, when your inner space is matured, your outer space simply starts manifesting as reality. You can see how Satya Sai Baba manifest all this great truth in physical reality. Each one of us can manifest the same way. How we can experience the oneness, we can manifest into the reality. All this is a science. When the identity dissolves, it happens through us. It's not that he has some identity that he has to manifest this. It happens through him as Parandama, as Paramashiva. Each one of you understanding that Paramashiva is the very reason why we exist. Paramashiva is the reason why we came them to celebrate. And Paramashiva is the reason why we are here, blessed to receive the prasada and manifest the ultimate gifts of Kailasa in our physical reality. You can see how he materialized many of the items that he is showing to the world. Each one of us, all the Balasans and many of the participants were able to manifest all this into physical reality, which has been clearly documented. Even a scientific study has been performed how the CT scan revealed the after the initiation, the object just manifesting in that person and how it is so real. All this is a science, how it happens. All that we need to do is surrender our identity again and again, dissolve into the space of oneness, and let Paramashiva manifest your life, continuously holding the space. Paramashiva is real, consciousness is real. All this greater science Bhagavan has beautifully given us to make us understand this greater truth that Paramashiva is real. You can see how the gold dust has formed in this is the Pratyaksha Pramana, where you can clearly see in the Avatar Shastra chapter 10, Science of Miracle, page 214, they have found that in the CT scan, whole body baseline scan was taken, and the subject baseline whole body CT scan proved that absence of any hidden object in the body and vicinity of the subject after the energy transfer from His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam to the subject. A repeat scan clearly shows a sudden appearance of a radio opaque foreign body in the oral cavity without any delay or reposition. The recording of the spiral CT scan after materialization revealed the presence of the material object. Beautifully, Bhagavan, how he manifested when we surrender. Paramashiva is real, consciousness is real as our reality. All we need to do is ready to surrender at Bhagavan's lotus feet all the identities that we are holding. You can see very clearly how the gold dust, it is not some wetness in the hand or something that they touched. It cannot be, it's not yellow in color, but it is shiny and it is gold which is started to appear on the palm of the devotee. Each one of us today can experience Paramashiva into physical reality as your prasada. Now let's sit straight with the head, neck and spine in a straight line, completely dissolve into Paramashiva. That is the Thyaga. That is the space of again and again holding that Nirvikalpa Samadhi as your only identity. Hold that and do all the Thyaga. All we need to do is entangle with Bhagavan in the quantum space. He is already in the quantum. All we need to raise our frequency to map it to that quantum space. And with all the initiation, we can manifest so much in life. All these are not just making a gold flake appear in our hand, but also when we surrender, making abundance happen in our life, fulfilling all our desire into reality. All of us collectively now hold that space of Paramashiva is real, consciousness is real. He will simply manifest what you want into reality by manifesting the gold flake in your palm. Let's start chanting the Mahavakya. Put away your gadgets for a few minutes. Just chant the Mahavakya deeply from your navel center, and with the deep listening into your chanting will manifest the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, manifesting Paramashiva into your space as physical reality, bringing abundance, auspiciousness, healing and more. Let's start chanting the Mahavakya deeply now with a deep listening, in deep gratitude and thanking Bhagavan for all that He is showering on us, and continuously dissolve into Paramashiva as your reality. Let's start chanting for the power of materialization.
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third activities. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pool, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Beautiful. Whatever Paramashiva has shown in your palms, you can check with, you can put the light or on your deity or anywhere around you. If you have anything, the gold dust or the particles or the gemstones, whatever have been received by you, please take a picture of that and share it with the world. This is a prasada directly from Kailasa for each one of us to manifest our reality in the physical reality. How you are Paramashiva in parallel universe, you are experiencing that in this physical reality. So share this science. If you want to cause lot of abundance, share this science with the world and cause 10 people, you will start having that experience. Causing is the direct way to get anything you want. Cause others reality, simply your reality will be caused, because others are nothing but your own mirror of yourself. When they are caused, is nothing but your space has moved and you have been caused. So go ahead, cause everybody to the space of Paramashiva is real, consciousness is real, for all the initiation that Bhagavan is showering on us into the higher and higher science and reality, making us Paramashiva in physical reality. So please go ahead, have the hashtag Paramashivoham Shakshi Pramana. Don't forget the hashtag. If you've forgotten, edit your Facebook post and put hashtag Paramashivoham Shakshi Pramana. Tag it to your friends and families for them to also experience this great science. And you can post it in your social media or in tinyurl.com/powermanifestation. If you want to record it and share it, that is also wonderful. The videos that you can record and share it with the world. How Paramashiva is real. Consciousness is real, more real than anything else we see or experience with our five senses in the world. So with that, let's surrender all this powerful cognition, power manifestation to Bhagavan's lotus feet in deep gratitude for all that great science that he's showering and making our life more and more blissful, abundance, auspiciousness. Thank Bhagavan in deep gratitude for all that he is showering on all of us, and thanking all of you in the social media who are here manifesting the powers of Paramashiva with simple integrity and simple obedience. Such a beautiful space to experience. Thank you so much for participating in this session. And with a deep earning, holding the powerful cognition, Paramashiva is real, consciousness is real, ending the session with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you so much. The next session will be after the Darshan, and you can log in to Kailasa Kotiyar Manifesting Past session. Thank you, Nithyanandam.